My all-time favorite healthy food hacks for kids. With kids, some meals go over better than others. So here are some of my most successful successes that were Old Faithful go-tos while my stepdaughters were adjusting to a plant-based, whole food-focused diet. And I do want to give these girls some major props because they have to go through this transition every single Friday. At their moms, they eat very different diets, so their taste buds have never gotten a real chance to adjust to this type of food. But that has not stopped them from getting on board 100% with these healthy dietary habits, and I am so proud of them for it. I know it was a purposeful choice on their part. Okay, so without any more ado, my favorite hacks for healthy kid food. My first go-to was whole grain pasta with finely chopped or blended vegetables in the sauce. I have yet to meet a kid who doesn't love pasta. Unfortunately, that usually means refined white flour pasta. Now, transitioning to a whole grain pasta does come with a taste and texture change, so I know it's more work, but if your kid is really picky, I suggest cooking 2 batches of pasta. 1 refined and 1 whole wheat, and then mixing the 2 together after they're done. Though the primary tip in this meal is to chop the leafy greens and vegetables really finely before they're added into the tomato marinara sauce. If you don't want to spend time chopping by hand, put them in a food processor. Once the sauce is heated and the veggies cook down a little bit, your kids won't even notice that they're there. For extra points, you can add in some pre-cooked brown lentils, which will give your sauce kind of like a meat sauce texture and flavor, and it will double or triple the fiber content. Another great option is vegan pesto, which I make from a base of peas, edamame, fresh basil, parsley, spinach, garlic, lemon juice, and a bit of nutritional yeast. You can find my recipe video right up there. But maybe don't watch it with your little ones. We swore a lot. But you make these kinds of foods for your kids, and before you or they know it, they're eating complex carbs and whole legumes, herbs, greens, citrus, raw garlic, and they think it is freaking delicious. One more pasta option that I love and the kids love is mac and cheese. The recipe I use is brilliant because the sauce is made from white potato, sweet potato, carrot, onion, garlic, turmeric, paprika, and a dash of nutritional yeast. It's literally cheese made from vegetables and inflammation-reducing spices. You cannot beat it. You can drizzle that over some whole grain or gluten-free pasta, or even make cheesy potatoes, or even put it over steamed broccoli, and your kids will love it. My next favorite is what we call hapa sushi. So in Hawaiian, hapa means half-half. Getting your kids to switch to all brown rice all at once can be tough. I know that we definitely had some of those body slouching moments in our house, so what I did to try to combat that was to mix half brown rice with half white rice. Most of the time, the girls didn't even know I had done it because they were used to seeing their white rice with a little bit of brown on it from the shoyu. But tricky Auntie Lily mixed in brown rice as well. And they loved it. They had no idea. If you use short grain brown rice and short grain white rice, you can mix those together and then make sushi out of them. Our girls love sushi, and if you roll them with a bunch of veggies and avocado and marinated tofu in the center, they love it. If your kids are quite small, I do recommend making really small rolls, like half size of the nori rolls, so that little hands can pick them up and little tracheas don't choke to death. If spending the time rolling sushi isn't an option for you, I totally get it. Hapa sushi bowls are definitely a thing. It's just like an exploded sushi roll, and it's fantastic. My next go-to for the kids is putting fruit in your salads. So mixing really well-chopped greens and vegetables with sweet, fresh or frozen fruits is a great way to teach kids to enjoy greens. A lot of kids, like my little step babies, are very sensitive to sour tastes, which rules out a lot of standard salad dressings. And you don't want to be slathering your healthy greens in something like ranch dressing. That's wrong. However, Mixing fresh fruit into your greens makes it sweet, and it really does get your kids excited about the look, the taste, and the texture of their salad. Another one of my favorites is pizza. Who doesn't love pizza, right? And there are many options when we're talking about plant-based pizzas. First, if you're not gluten intolerant, it's super easy. You can either buy pre-made pizza dough or make your own pizza dough. If you are a member of the unlucky I can't handle gluten tribe, like me, aside from hunting down the elusive gluten-free and vegan pizza crust, you can try this option: polenta pizza crust. So I do this by cooking my polenta with salt and dried pizza herbs like oregano, marjoram, thyme, and basil. When the polenta is nice and runny, I pour it out onto either a baking tray or just a big plate, and I let it set. Usually that happens faster if I put it in the fridge. Once it's firm, you can spread on the tomato sauce, and instead of adding cheese, I like to smash up cooked pumpkin or butternut squash with some nutritional yeast, garlic, and Bragg's liquid aminos. You just mix that up and oh my goodness, it's creamy and salty and delicious. Then you can top your pizza with either pre-roasted veggies of your choice or with raw veggie slices like zucchini, peppers, eggplant, red onion, artichoke hearts, tomatoes, mushrooms, whatever you want. Anything except carrots and green beans, because that's just weird. Then you just pop it in the oven for a few minutes, slice it up, and ta-da! You have a pretty darn good gluten-free pizza that is loaded with fiber and nutrients. Next option for kids are smoothies. It's pretty hard to find a fruit that kids don't love, so luckily it is totally fine to feed them all the fruit they care for. If your kids are a little bit fussy about eating greens, smoothies are a great opportunity to add in small amounts of greens to your kids' diet and help them get used to that taste. Just be aware that you're not feeding your kids the exact same greens every day, as greens should be cycled on a healthy diet. But I will have more information in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for details. My final tip is just plain old whole plant foods. Many kids are more accepting of whole plant foods in their plain, unfancy form than even most adults are. Foods like sweet potatoes especially, avocado, beans, most fruits, and many vegetables are delicious for kids exactly as they are. I am especially a fan of sweet potatoes. They are starchy, sweet, fibrous, packed with phytonutrients, and there are so many different varieties to explore and try. I understand that not all kids have accepted sweet potatoes or other whole plant foods as nature's health candy, but just try to be patient and work with your kids to find options that they love. Once your kids get used to the taste and texture of these types of foods, they'll become real assets to your healthy food arsenal. And I really, I'm gonna say it again, sweet potatoes, I just can't get over them. They're delicious, steamed over whole grains. They make amazing chippies. They can even be put into smoothies, and they are to die for slow roasted. I can't think of a better breakfast, lunch, dinner, or dessert. Can't get over sweet potatoes. They are my favorite food of all time. All right, so those are some of my favorite kid-friendly, super healthy meals. And please comment down below what your plant-powered kids love to eat so that we can all learn and share ideas together. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ding that little bell so that you will be notified when I upload new awesome videos. And before we go, just remember that even with all of your efforts to make palatable, kid-friendly food, your kids will probably still have a bit of an adjustment period. And that's fine. It is totally to be expected. Their grossed out faces do not mean that you are a bad parent. Not at all. Just be patient and consistent. Deep breaths, and until next time, make better choices for yourself and your kiddos, and take really, really good care. I will see you all soon.